Hello and welcome here to the My Energy Stadium for this Northern Premier League East match between Cleethorpes Town and Stocksbridge Park Steels. We are back on commentary after a couple of weeks break due to our equipment issues which do still exist, but we are going to soldier through them. I'm your commentator for today, Adam Allcroft, as we are just a couple of minutes away from kick-off here. Just 20 minutes walk from the seaside, which is where I have admittedly just been, having a very nice time and losing a few of my pennies to some of the slot machines up down there. And hopefully the team Stocksbridge will have a bit more luck than I had trying to win my 2p's back. So we will quickly run through the teams with it being 4 minutes from kick-off here today. So Cleethorpes team is James McCown in goal, then it's Sam Topless, Leon Dawson, Morgan Worsford Gregg, Jordan Cook, Paul Walker, Harvey Tomlinson, Alex Flett, who's the captain for them today, Declan Howe, Dan Gallimore and Curtis Bateson. The bench from today is Tom Jamieson, Josh Venny, Will Annan, Jack McMenemy and Josh Smaller. So the Stocksbridge team for today, just a couple of changes in this. So Ben Townsend returns in goal, well, stays in goal. And then it's Jordan Lemon, Jack Tinker, Mitch Langton, Charlie Oglesby, Elliot Murray, Curtis Turner, Ross Goodwin, who's the captain today, again after returning from last week's absence, Luke Rawson, Lewis McCaskill and Ifefabu. The big news coming into this team is Thomas Poole is not in the first team lineup. He is out injured for this game. The bench is Bailey Baker, Alex O'Connor, Charlie Wood, Dylan Yumby and club legend Andy Ring, who features again on the bench, yet to make his first appearance of the season though, just yet. I don't think he will make one though, in all honesty. So the teams are just preparing. It's just so that you know the way the Cleethorpes complex works. There's basically what is some very nicely well done like porta cabins type out in the corner, and a little like sort of like a little village square type thing, where the teams are just currently gathered ready to enter the pitch. Here, just don't apologise for any signal issues. Having a few tests beforehand, it's not going to be great today, I'm afraid. So here come the teams walking out now, led out by Alex Flett and Ross Goodwin. The Cleethorpes Town's already kicking off into song there. Bit of a smaller crowd than they normally have, with Grimsby Town also playing at home today. They're at home to Leyton Orient today. Saw quite a few of their fans over in the town centre, but right now we're going to concentrate on this non-league tie between these two. Both teams in the playoffs right now. Both teams have had some stuttering results recently which have put them at risk of dropping out of the playoffs. And both teams will be looking to use this game, one, to get a win over the potential playoff rivals, a potential matchup in the playoffs, and also go on and try and secure their place in that top 5. While it is a lottery at the end of the season, the playoffs, it's a lottery everyone wants to be in. Just one of the nice little things here is that we actually have a scoreboard. Always a nice little surprise. We get a little scoreboard. It's actually a really digital one as well. It's a great little setup here at Cleethorpes. We came here last year in October where Stocksbridge lost 3-1, that mad 10 minutes where Cleethorpes just overran the Steels and Steels fell apart, not laying us down in that game. Lewis Witham actually scoring the opening goal for the Steels in that one. It's a really good little setup here. They do a fantastic job, everyone at this club, especially when you have another team in a small town like this, not very far away, and currently on the up it seems. So we're ready. Handshakes in the middle currently from everyone here, including the referee today, who is David Jones, which could be one of a million people in this country, admittedly, but could even be the former Sheffield Wednesday midfielder David Jones. No idea, but it's a young-looking lad anyway. So we are just it's 3 o'clock and we haven't kicked off yet. So if you notice, the Cleethorpes on Twitter always seems to make a comment on what time it kicks off. And maybe this is why, because it always seems to be a minute or two late. So Cleethorpes will get the kick off. It's Harvey Tomlinson currently standing over the ball, ready to get this game going. as we just wait a minute. Referee just doing his final checks. I say the announcer here is a bit like some of the ones you get on those donkey derbies you get on the seafront, with the way he's encouraging his team on right before the kick-off. And here we go. Cleethorpes have kicked off. So Cleethorpes started in kicking from left to right in the dark blue and black striped shirts, blue shorts and blue socks. Stocksbridge Park Steels in the red shirts, red shorts and red socks, kicking from right to left. So currently Stocksbridge on the ball. Lemon clips it to his defender, Charlie Oglesby, who sends it long. He's got an interesting battle, which we'll talk about later. Looks like Faber trying to battle for the ball, but it's headed away there by Jordan Cook, headed back by Stocksbridge, but was caught in the Cleethorpes defence. Rawson trying to cause problems, but Cleethorpes are able to here. This is the first time we see Declan Howe a bit, but Murray heads it away, and it's just going to be bouncing midfield before Cleethorpes knock it away from Stocksbridge. Oglesby goes up, wins the header though, and it's going to be a bit of head tennis to begin with in this midfield before Murray sends one long, which Faber is going to chase down this right-hand side. Faber got his first goal for the club against Cleethorpes over at the Bracken Moor fixture, and he's just earned a corner for the Steels in the opening moments of this one with just a minute gone. Steels with an opportunity to get their earliest lead of the season so far. So, with Thomas Poole doing the set pieces, it's back to Curtis Turner doing the set pieces today. He obviously scored that free kick against Brighouse. That's the last time I think he's took one as well, so hopefully more of that sort of thing. But this is the corner coming in swinger, looking for Oglesby. It's Langton who heads it on, and it's who gets a touch onto it. It's blocked. It's another corner. It's an early chance for the Steels. Fabu, they're trying to turn, but it's well blocked by Cleethorpes. Another corner for Stocksbridge. Good early play here from the Steels. Curtis Turner will look to put in another corner of similar quality there. Langton was the one who was headed that inwards for a favour to get onto the end of. So Turner here from the opposite side, the left-hand side of the pitch, returning after missing due to paternity leave last week. Tipping the ball in near post, headed back out by Cleethorpes. Well, I say headed out by Cleethorpes. The referee leaves. It's Oglesby that's got the last head onto that, and it's going to be a goal kick. James McCallum's goal is protected for now. Charlie Oglesby there who's going to have an interesting battle today up against his former teammate at Staveley, Declan Howe, who has been fantastic for Cleethorpes this season. Didn't really seem to think that Cleethorpes was going to need another striker after the success of Brodie Robertson last season, but they brought Howe in and he's done a fantastic job for him. And Robertson's head over just a short distance over to Grimsby Borough now. And he's also doing a very good job from the they make a very unlikely push for the playoffs. Nick here sends the goal kick long, but Langton clears it back down. Rawson's going to try and chase on the right wing, also Faber, but headed away there by Walker and out for a throw-in. Steals throw now on that right-hand side. Throw goes into Turner as it's quickly taken. McCaskill's in a fight for it. He's been handhandled a bit and he is headed away, but only back to Turner, who's looking to carry the ball forward. Tried to slip it through to McCaskill though, but it's off target, that pass, and it's simply cleared. In the field, Tinker tries to head it off, misses the header, but it goes to McCaskill anyway. Pass back to Tinker. Good tackle in, but it's out for a throw, and it's actually going to be Cleethorpes' throw. Topless here throws it down. Well chested down. Tinker gets a foot in though. McCaskill uses that to get round, but again it's out for a throw in almost identical position. Cleethorpes will carry on. Throwing it down. Oglesby heads it back away. Going to be battled for though by Gallimore as it goes to be ahead of tennis before Goodwin clears it away. Rawson going to fight for it before it's headed away. McCaskill tries to hook it down, but can't. Chested by Turner, who takes it up down, pushes it down, and it's just going to be this battle in midfield that we are used to in this non-league football at the moment. Some good physicality there, though, from Bateson. No Stocksbridge Peel. It's a slip through. It's a great ball here. Yeah, there's a little trip in the box. Appeals for a penalty from the players and a couple of the fans here. It's not given, and it's actually Stocksbridge who's gone down more of an injury at the moment. Charlie Oglesby there, which would be a big blow as there is no centre-back on the bench, but he is going back to his feet now. So back to Thomas who rolls it out sends it long, looking for Rawson, but headed back away, back to Turner again, who's winning a lot of the balls at the moment. Clicks over to Caskill to chase, but I think he's getting cut to the byline. Caskill did get a bit of touch onto it, but Cleethorpes still, despite that, are able to get away. They're trying to pass their way out of trouble. Some good play, and they do pass it out really well there. Get it to Howe, who gets a touch backwards, and it's knocked back to him, and he gets a really good turn there before Afebu manages to somewhat tackle him and appeals for a fouls on both ways, but neither is going to be given. And Cleethorpes will press forward with the attack with Dutson here into their central midfield, and they pass it short here to Warsford Greg as he just takes his time over it, and it's back into the central defence for Cook now. Goal to tell you about in the Northern Premier League. East Dunstan have taken a 1-goal lead over Lincoln United. Stocksbridge have their own attack. Rawson here trying to touch his way past a man. He does. He takes the strike. It's blocked out, and they're going to try and stop it going for a corner. It's actually, the deflections took so much on that, but James McCowan's able to rush in to stop it. There, some decent movement from Luke Rawson there, but not enough to get away from his defender and get a shot that would be unimpeded. And McCowan, who sends it long, and it's going to go all the way back to the defence. Lemon can only head it backwards. Murray was going to go cover that, but it's actually going to go for a throw in an attacking position. It's Curtis Baseman rushing to try and go take it as quickly as possible before the Steels can get back in position, but a bit too far for that. It looks like we're getting a bit of a drizzle here now, as we just wait for the throw in here to be taken on the left side. Thrown inwards as Cleethorpes looking to get out of the cramped bit of space over that left wing, but unable to. They earn another throw in though. As the rain drizzle continues, it's blue skies over in the far corner, but it's still drizzle here. But as Cleethorpes continue to build on the left wing, that pass will be blocked by Turner, but Howe gets onto it anyway. Some good passing from Cleethorpes, and they may get a beat in a Tinker here on the right hand side, but Tinker's got it first, and Tinker knocks it off Harvey Tomlinson there to earn himself a throw in and give themselves a bit of breathing room. In a local fixture, Oldham Athletic have taken lead against Chesterfield as well. Also an interesting one, our former player Joe Lums has just gone off injured after 6 minutes. Ball goes headed away, but headed back by Warsford Greg, as it's just, again, his head tennis has become quite common so far in this game. He's going to be headed back there to Townsend, though, in the end, and Sausage will be happy if every bit of head tennis ends up back in his arms. It's an injury to Lumsden that's forced him off just going into the Ponsford collar, his Twitter, by the way. Townsend sending it long. It's one for McCaskill to try and battle for, and he does head it backwards, but Cleethorpes do well. They sweep it up well as Tinker's going to fight through, but he can only get a head onto it, and that goes backwards and out for a throw-in just about a yard or two into the Steel's half. Another goal to tell you about in the North Premier League East. Worksop Town are leading against Shildon. Tafunga Kalea has scored that one, and it would mean that Worksop have sealed a place in the playoffs should they win that one. They've just sent one long work. Cleethorpes there, but Oglesby's onto it. He's cleared it out to good Langton, who only gets a touch onto it. He's gone back to worse for Greg here. There's an opportunity here, but Afebu misses the interception. Gets enough, I think, onto that though. It's going to carry out. It's going to be a throw in there to Cleethorpes. I think that just carried that away from the Cleethorpes winger, which is probably a good thing because I think he would have had a better than Jordan Lemon with that sort of pace on it. Back here on the left wing for Cleethorpes, as they're having a good passage of play at the moment. The Owls, and they've just tried to trickle the ball into the box, but had no real effort onto it, and now it's going to go out for a goal kick. Stocksbridge will get the ball back. We are now 8 minutes gone into this game. Still 0-0 here. It was 0-0 in Cleethorpes' last match in midweek as they were in their local cup. They lost 5-4 on penalties in the end to Spalding United. That final there will be Spalding versus Grantham, as that was our Friday this week. As they Cleethorpes just on the ball now in midfield, they just seem to be able to resist the physicality of Stocksbridge at the moment. And Howe's going to latch onto a mistake from Murray there down the left wing, and he's actually going to just leave that, and it's going to be Cleethorpes' first corner of the game here with 9 minutes gone, as we've just had a sudden rush of rain onto the roof of the stand here. As the weather takes a turn, and noticeably some of the Cleethorpes fans at the front of the thing are taking a step back, so I'm guessing he's going to the front. Oh, Stocksbridge fans, oh, I didn't notice, fantastic. Our travelling support here absolutely embarrassing me and making... That rain is coming down quite heavily now, and now I think this match might be a test of the Cleethorpes Town's draining systems as well. The pitch does look quite good here, as I will say beforehand. But corner goes in, headed on, somehow not in there. There's another corner, must have took another touch of a Steele's defender there. Looked like it was Paul Walker who got his head onto that, but obviously Steele's defended it in some way. The rain continues, but as we have the Cleethorpes' second corner game, needs better defending than that was. There's another goal to tell about in the Northern Premier League East, and we'll let you know about that in a second. Corner taken short here to Tomlinson. Cuts in, but it's well blocked off, and they try to get the counter going, but it's not. And Howe may have got onto this on the right wing. He's trying to keep it in. Does almost keep it in, but it is out. It's a goal kick there. Declan Howe showing some of his pace there, which caused him so many problems for defenders. The goal to tell you about is one in the two of the teams that are chasing the playoffs right now on both Cleethorpes and Stocksbridge's heels. Long Eaton have taken the lead against Consett. So with scorelines as they stand, Cleethorpes would be dropping to 7th place. Well, it was cleared out, but Cleethorpes first onto it. Howe's good as looking to try and get onto that now. He's doing good physicalities. He passes it back onto that left wing here. Cutting inside and gets through Lemon's legs here. And the top's taken, and it's just wide there. Jordan Lemon made to look a bit daft there, but as he is nutmegged. But the curling shot goes wide of the far post. Cleethorpes in the ascendancy at the moment. In a local fixture, Sheffield Wednesday have taken the lead in their game against Charlton Athletic. Liam Palmer putting them 1-0 ahead. They're currently down in South London, another part of the world that likes its seafood, but very different types to what you could get on the frontier. And there's your only comparison you're ever going to get between London and Cleethorpes. Emily are 3-0 up in an early fixture against Silsden as well. Townsend sending it long. Stocksbridge need to improve after a bright start. Cleethorpes definitely got in the better of this game at the moment, and it's starting to look likely that it'll be Cleethorpes taking the lead as they get it here to Dawson on the left-hand side. Good tackle there, and goes in, and it is going to be a Stocksbridge throw. Now it's back with Lemon to take this throwing going down the line. In Goodwin heads it centrally to Turner, whose touch forward is just blocked off, and that's where we think Stocksbridge are struggling at the moment. Turner's not getting the passes off he can usually do, and there's a bit of confusion between Tinker and Langton, therefore Langton just boots it away. It's good touch over Rawson, his defender's slipped, and Rawson has an opportunity to get forward, gets it to McCaskill. It's a good pass. McCaskill facing up with his man, cuts inside, looks to get it his right, tries to pass it through, it's blocked and cleared by Cleethorpes. Murray's trying to head it back into the danger on the left hand side, but Cleethorpes get onto it first, and there's going to be an advantage for a foul from Langton, and Cleethorpes might have slipped it through to Howe here. Howe's going to go past Townsend, and it looks certain, but Howe somehow misses it! It's one of the worst misses you'll probably see. Declan Howe, who has been one of the top scorers in this league, he goes past Ben Townsend, and it would be 0.99 on an XG scale, but somehow he puts it over from about 5 yards out. Stocksbridge Park Steels get the biggest let-off you can ever imagine, and Declan Howe doesn't know how he's missed that himself. I don't think anyone knows how he's missed that. It's incredibly lucky for Stocksbridge. Back with Townsend for the goal kick, who probably himself is thinking, how the hell have I got away with that one? Caught a bit too far off his line there, Townsend, as he sends it long here. Headed away, though, by Walker. It's just going to midfield. Bateson cuts back and turns really well. Tries to send it down left wing, but I think that's where he would be. And Townsend there, not being discouraged from rushing out of his goal, but this time works for him. He collects the ball towards the end, towards the edge of his box. And Stocksbridge will need to be much, much better here. Now, that was a huge let-off. Ball going long here, headed backwards, and McCaskill trying to chase onto it, gets a good foot onto it, and he's pulling it away from his fullback here. He's looking to turn, he does turn, and he's facing on goal. quite a narrow angle. He's forced to pass it back, which tries to get it back to Faber, but it's been well collected by Paul Walker. Walker knocks it off of Faber and gets the throw in there. Yeah. Just lacking that final pass the moment, Stocksbridge. Would have been very, very cruel on Cleethorpes to have been so close to their own goal and then conceding about a minute afterwards. Front goes long, but it's going to go back to Ogilvie, who heads it forward, and he's going to be headed back there, but Murray slices his ball forward, goes out for a throw-in right on the Cleethorpes bench here. It's just going to be a throw in on the halfway line. Actually, the referee's told him to go back a yard there as well. Thrown inwards here to Gallimore, but he loses the ball instantly and goes out for a throw in. Stocksbridge will get the ball back here. Go back here, and Lemon steps up. He's going to take it here on the halfway line. Throwing it down here, he's going to bounce off. I think it was a Stocksbridge play, it's bounced off. Rawson there, not able to keep control of it, and now he gets back to be a Cleethorpes throw. So it's 0-0 here at the moment at the My Energy Stadium. We are 15 minutes gone into this game so far. And it's Cleethorpes who have had the massive chance with Declan Howe missing an open goal after doing all the hard work. McCaskill there trying to find Tinker, just goes beyond Tinker. He's going to work hard to keep it in, though he does. Pass it back to Langton, appeals that it's gone out there. The ball goes through to McCaskill. McCaskill gets some space, he just needs to put the ball across. He does, but it's behind everyone. Goodwin's got his back to goals, he collects it. He passes back to Langton, but it's a bit off him. And, but Langton does get it, gets it to Lemon, who's going in like a sort of central midfield position at the moment. Looking for an overlap there, but it's a pass completely off target and not really anyone near it, and it's gone out for a goal kick, and there's some potential good play wasted there. Going to be goal kick here for Cleethorpes. Goal to know that about that both of the teams here will be happy about. North Shields have taken the lead against Pontefract Collieries. Callum Larmouth having scored that goal. You never know what North Shield team's going to show up every week, do you? Losing to Tadcaster in the week. As he just bounce out for a throw here, Stockbridge get a throw on the right hand side. So it's just back with Lemon here, who's been harried into a mistake, and now it's Bateson who has it on the left wing, and he's faced up with his defender. He gets it through Murray, but Murray recovers really well, and he's able to clear this one out. But it's still with Cleethorpes. Worsford Gregg pass it sideways here. Then crossfield ball looking here for Tomlinson, but Tomlinson can't get his first touch, and it bounces off him and goes out for the goal kick. So it's back for Townsend to take this one. Thank you to everyone who is listening today on our YouTube. Great to be back here commentating. I know some of you couldn't stop harassing me about it at Workshop last week when we didn't have it. As Townsend sends it long, and Goodwin's going to look to head it on. He does head it on really well, but it's going to be cleared there by Dawson. He's going to be a bit ahead for Langton, is able to head it away. Fabu's come short to collect it. He's got it back to go before he gets it to Goodwin, who sent it on the overlap for Rawson to chase. Rawson, who can be deceptive, quick trying to get on the end of it, but it's been well covered by Cleethorpes by Walker there, who then boots it out to be a throw-in. So the throw-in going down, trying to get down the end, but it's a decent little idea, but Goodwin just not quick enough to get onto that, and it's going to go straight out for a goal kick, and a bit of a wasted one there. So it's back now with McCody taking his time over this one. Sent long here by McCone. Headed on by Gallimore, but cleared away by Stocksbridge. Afebu have 2 men on him, but he bounces to Rawson, and then 1-2 passes allowed Afebu to try and chase on something, but well covered by Cleethorpes, who then knock it off Afebu and get the throw in there. Some good work from Jordan Cook. So back here for Dawson to take the throw in. When it goes down, headed on, and Cleethorpes trying to head their way through the defence at the moment as it goes down, but it does go down to ground, and it's still with Cleethorpes here as they take the opportunity to pass back to the keeper. Rawson's going to close down, but not with much pace. McCone able to get that out pretty quickly as Murray now heads that away. Turner is being forced backwards, and he's earned a foul there. A bit of a light one Turner's earned there, but sometimes it's nice to get a cheap one occasionally. Langton here going to have this free kick from about 5 yards within Stocksbridge's half. I'm going to clip it long here. Just going to go back and head it back away by Cleethorpes quite simply, but Goodwin trying to keep this pressure on. So is Tinker. Bounces to McCaskill, who tries to get through the legs of one Cleethorpes player. He does, but it's another one behind him. Able to clear it. He's back with Langton now, whose first touch not the best, and it's pushed away from him effectively there by Tomlinson. And now Cleethorpes try to get on the quick counter attack with Bateson. Bateson running at his man. He's going to cut inside Joe Lemon before going on the outside. Gets the complete bettering of Lemon before a poor ball there lets him down. And he was doing great work there, Curtis Bateson, before eventually just sending it well over. And it's back here with Townsend now. Sending it long here, but going to be simply headed away by Walker and headed on there by Bateson. Howe's going to try and chase onto that. Murray's able to clear it away, but no one's on that right-hand side, and he's going to go out to play, thankfully, before Dawson can keep the pressure on. He does take the throw in quickly to Bateson. Bateson passes it back to Dawson. Dawson trying to cut inside. Passes it centrally, and now it's with Gallimore, who opens up his body and finds Topless on the right-hand side, but it's well in there from McCaskill. Eventually does slip over though, and it's back with Gallimore, who's looking for a space here as Cleethorpes probe with their passing. And it's back with Gallimore now, and he's going to take the shot, blocked by Oglesby. Stocksbridge clears, another shot goes through, blocked and cleared away, but not cleared properly yet before Goodwin takes a touch, and then Langton boots that one away. Walker's though blocked that off, and it's going to go out for us. Stocksbridge throwing on the right hand side. So it's back here for Lemon to take as the throw-in. Big long throw down the line. Goodwin's going to head it on. Rawson takes it to chest. He's got 2 men round him, and he's tries to pass it off, and he does pass it off to Langton, and he's blocked off that ball before it's blocked. Goes back to bounce to Rawson, but it is eventually blocked, and Cleethorpes have it back, and Cleethorpes going to look to get the attack off. It's Topless here. Pass it centrally now to Worsford Gregg, who seems to be the one who tries to dictate play here. And it's now back with Bates on the left, who's been an impressive player for Cleethorpes so far. But there is actually a man down, and it's Alex Fletz, the Cleethorpes captain, and I think him holding his head is why the referee has decided to pause this. So you know, there's been another update in the Northern Premier League East game where we have this stoppage. Bridlington Town have taken the lead away at Brighouse. Lewis Dennison has scored that goal. So it looks like Flett is back up and will be returning, so which is good news. Well, it's definitely good news for Cleethorpes. Ball goes in, it goes to McCaskill, whose touch is not great, and Worsford Gregg is able to clear on it, and goes back to Murray, he's going to send one long, and if Fabu is going to look to chase onto it, it's just a bit wide of him though, or else he may have broke the offside trap there. It's headed back to McCone. So it's back with McCone now, who's going to just take his time with it before he rolls it out in front of him. Down the right side, headed on there by Topless, and it's going to be Topless back with Topless now. He's put the ball over Howe on the right wing. Murray's covering him, and they come together, and Murray gets the free kick there. Some clever veteran-like defending from him, from the youngster. A goal in a local fixture. Barnsley have taken lead against Derby County. Devontae Call has scored. Townsend will send it long, and Faber tries to head it back, and Turner was a bit later on his man there, but I think it's a bit of an advantage being given as Langton takes a touch though. He collects it, so gets it to McCaskill, back to goal where it's on the halfway line, and it's a bit of a clumsy one from Topless there, and steals the free kick on the halfway line, which is not where Harvey Tomlinson just threw the ball. You have to respect some of the caddy players. Just down the road, by the way, if you're interested, Leyton Orient have just taken the lead against Grimsby Town. So Langton here. It's a very high line. Cleethorpes operating as I think Stocksbridge are going to look to try and see if they can get behind it. Langton going to send it long, looking for Ross. It's going to go far right, going to be headed back to McComb. Ross trying to chase onto it. Does head it forward. He gets it. He tries to field the kill back. Keeper gets a save onto it. Stocksbridge trying to keep it in there, but it eventually just rebounds to a Cleethorpes player who's able to clear it. And now they're going to try and turn it into attack themselves as Howe's on the left wing, fighting with Murray, and he's got it, Howe, and he's waited for his reinforcements, which he has through Tomlinson, but eventually Murray wins that battle, and Lem is able to clear it away. Dawson tried to block it off, but his header only goes out of play. Big chance there for Stocksbridge, just couldn't get the right pass there at the crucial moment. Just currently in the midfield as Cleethorpes trying to, again with their head tennis, Goodwindow's gone into fight for it before Dawson hooks it forward, and Murray heads it back and stops out. Langton again hooks it away, but it's just a case of bouncing the ball back to each other as Cleethorpes are pushing them up, and then Stocksbridge have given a bit of a daft one away about 40 yards away on the left hand side, and this is one where Cleethorpes are going to try and put the ball into the box here. Brighouse Town have equalised against Bridlington. Cole Roberts scoring there. Apparently Sam Reed, who's been on trial with Sheffield Wednesday, was a key part of that goal. So it's a chance here for Cleethorpes. Clip the ball, and it's a good looking ball, but Murray heads it away, and Goodwin's going to be first onto it. He gets a touch onto it, and he's given the free kick away there, and that one, I'm surprised by that, because Goodwin I think got to the ball first, even though it was a sliding motion, but this is a shooting opportunity from the free kick. Goodwin's not happy with the decision, and definitely. And Declan Howe's the man standing over the free kick. So, four-man wall seen for Stocksbridge here as Howe prepares his free kick. I don't think the Steels players will be particularly happy if they concede from this one. Actually, Howe's left this one. It's now going to be left to Harvey Tomlinson to take the free kick. It goes. It's a good-looking shot, but it goes straight to Townsend, who bats it down before collecting it in his arms. Howe was on rushing to try and nip it away from him. I think Townsend's having a few words with Declan Howe there as he was returned into position. Townsend rolls it out in front of him before sending it long, looking for the left wing. McCaskill's going to be one trying to keep it in, and he does. Gets it to Rawson here, but it's tackled off him, and it's back with Tomlinson, who Valerie Turner. It bounces off, and it goes out. It's going to be Stocksbridge's throw in here. About 15 yards into the Cleethorpes half. Tinker with the throw in here as he's again his options over here on this left hand side. Throwing it down the line for Rawson to head it on, but it's going to go out, and it's going to be Cleethorpes' ball there. I think one of the Stockbridge players did try to get it for them, but not a chance on that one. It's back with Topless now for the throw. Sends it down long. Comes off Howe, but then Turner races onto it. Turner's going to try and get it through to McCaskill. McCaskill got a bit of space on the left hand side. He's going to try and face up with Paul Walker now. He's trying to get Ray around him, and it's been a great battle between the two, and it's going to end up being a goal kick. Walker doing fantastic to get enough of a touch onto it, which then comes off McCaskill for the goal kick, and the goal kick going to take it quickly and gets it through to Topless. Take advantage of McCaskill out, return to position. Topless is going to clip it over there, but Oglesby heads it away, and then Turner has now got it, and Turner does a really good touch to take it away from his man, and Turner's going to charge forward with it here. Turner now just going to Leon Dawson, he's forced backwards though. Stocksbridge back into position well, for Faber doing well to block that off. It goes back to Worsford Greg now. And now Cleethorpes will have to try to pass it around because that chance of the counter is gone. And as they charge forward, actually they put a long ball forward, and McCaskill's header goes behind it. It's a corner kick to Cleethorpes, actually. That quite hopeful ball there works out really well for them, and they've got a good opportunity. Hello, I believe you can hear us again. Sorry, I do apologise that we had some error in the stream, which was a very complicated encoding thing, which I'm not going to bore any of you about, but it has now been fixed. It is still 0-0 here, by the way, though Stocksbridge had a decent chance. If your Faber was played over the top, typical sort of thing when he just races past the defence, but on that occasion he wasn't able to get his finish right, and he put it wide of the far post. Which will probably come out of the commentary, as there's a microphone on here that separates for the guy lights off. Go up me going, go on a Faber. Well, as Stocksbridge rifling in midfield, Langton makes a smart little pass to Turner, gets through to McCaskill, tried to one it back to Turner. Turner did get it despite a block on by the Cleethorpes, but Cleethorpes are able now to clear it away. It's with Lemon now, and Lemon's passed it back to a down on the ground Gallimore, who's then just passed it very simply here to Topless here. Again, closing in on the end of the half here, and Cleethorpes are looking to try and see if they can nick one before. Alright. Back with Walker now. He's taken the pass out to Worsford Greg. So Greg doing to clip it to the right side, but headed away there by Tinker. Still with Cleethorpes, and they've done well to keep it in. Tinker's fighting free on that left back, but it has now gone to Langton, who's going to send it long, and it's just going to go out to play for a throw in here. So back with Cleethorpes here for a throw in on this right hand side. So just back into the central defence for Cleethorpes. McCaskill's harassing him all the way, and that's a bit of a short pass that almost got latched onto by Faber. Worsford Greg is the one who rescued away. He's been a very impressive player, Worsford Greg. I've really enjoyed watching him just tick this team over. As Bateson looks for the crossfield ball to Topless, and he's found Topless really well here. As he takes the short to Gallimore. Gallimore takes touch, but it's tackled well. Now McCaskill has some space to move into, but he is pushed over. There, it's a tactical foul from Dan Gallimore there. Very smartly done, and he's not even going to get the booking. Probably because McCaskill hadn't really shifted into gear before being fouled. North Shields have gone 2-0 up on Pontefract College. Callum Loudmouth has scored again. So back now with Townsend. Townsend going to flip it onto the right hand side. Faber heads it onto Rawson. Rawson taking the touch, trying to get it back, but he's going to force to pass it back to Lemon here. Lemon's going to look for the pass through, but it's been blocked off. It's back with Lemon now, who knocks it forward, but it's just going to go out to play. Going to be a throw in to Cleethorpes here. So it is currently in the 44th minute. We should be hitting half time very soon, as it bounces out for another Cleethorpes throw in. They do get it a few yards up. And now he's just going to go in the midfield. There is a Cleethorpes player down, but game not stopping, and another throw in is earned by it being bounced off. Goodwin. So he's currently on the half-time whistle. Thrown down the line before Lemon clears it away. Headed back by Worsford Greg. It's a mistake from Worsford Greg, but he just knocked it away from Rawson. But Rawson gets on. Although McCaskill tries to chase onto it, but well cleared by Topless. And it's going to be a throw for Stocksbridge. Just can't make the most of it. The Cleethorpes throwing is doing really well. Tinker throws it into Turner, who chests it over before Cleethorpes are able to clear that one away. He's going to go for a throw in pretty much on the halfway line. Though I think Tinker's going to take a few extra yards. The referee David Jones is making sure he doesn't, though. So Tinker throwing it down the line before it's headed away by Cleethorpes. Turner trying to head it and keep the pressure on. He gets it down to his feet. It might have been a bit of a handball there from Turner, but it's blocked. His pass through is blocked fade away for Tinker. Race on to pass it to the wing and plays for the foul there. And he does give it, the referee, but I think they only gave it because the Stocksbridge players told him to give it. It's weird seeing it happen to our way. It usually happens this way. And before we end the half, Stocksbridge have a big opportunity here, because this is similar to where Curtis Turner scored that free kick against Brighouse at the very start of the year, when he went on duty after Thomas Poole went off. And no Poole today take free kicks. Thomas Poole actually scored a free kick from this sort of place as well, back at Brecon Moor when Stocksbridge won 3-0 in this fixture. Here comes Turner. Ball, a lot of movement in the box. Turner, clip a ball across, it's going to bounce through, it's been cleared by Cleethorpes, and that will be half time. It is 0-0 here between Cleethorpes Town and Stocksbridge Park Steels. Not for lack of chances, it's Declan Howe who will be banging his head onto the dressing room wall when he goes in after he passed Ben Townsend, only to hit it over from about 8 yards out with an open goal in front of him. In the end, it is still 0-0 here, all to play for in this game. We'll see you in 15 minutes. Great. Hello and welcome back here to the My Energy Stadium for this Northern Premier League East match between Cleethorpes Town and Stocksbridge Park Steels. I'm Adam Allcroft, your commentator. It is 0-0 here before we get into the second half. And oh my god, I've only just picked up my microphone and it's got so cold having sat it down. But it's Stocksbridge who got a bit lucky in that first half. Some massive chances that Cleethorpes had, including Declan Howe rounding the goalkeeper before somehow hitting it over from so close range, and we're still not sure how one of the best strikers in this league managed that. But we are ready to get going. Curtis Turner is standing over the ball, ready to get the game going. So we are ready for the second half here. Can Stocksbridge come and nick this one after being under some heavy pressure at times in the first half? And here we go. So Stocksbridge Park Steels have kicked off. So the Steels here on the attack actually. Faber's taking a long range shot, fizzes it just over. So almost instantly from the restart, Stocksbridge get a goal. Getting right on it anyway. Ian Richards hasn't even returned to the bench at that point. Oh, Andy Ring, can't see which is. Both got Andy Ring actually with the bobble hat on. A bobble hat you can buy in our store at stocksbridgeps.co.uk/merchandise. And of course you can buy at the club shop. So yes, Stocksbridge Park Steels kicking from left to right in the all red kit with some white trim, while Cleethorpes Town are in the dark blue kit with black, blue shorts and blue socks. So Stocksbridge win. Well, we'll read the team out for you in a second, as it goes onto left wing for Bateson, who are one of the standout players in the first half. He's facing up with Jordan Lemon, and he's going to go down the outside of Lemon. Lemon kicking with him. And this time Lemon is going to win that battle while getting his shirt pulled. Great work from Lemon. And then Lemon, well, I thought got fouled there, but obviously not. Gallimore there's carrying it with it. Him being blocked off from run. He's going to look to get the pass into the right wing, and he does it. He evades the tackle really well. It's still with Cleethorpes in the box. It's with Howe on that right-hand side. Howe's looking for the ball in, passes it back to Flett, who's clipped it over, and it's going to go wide, and Cleethorpes do just about keep him. Will try to clip it in. They just fail to there. I did think that came from a foul there, as I just see Chairman Graham giving me a little shake of the head as go past. He wants me to tell a joke, a terrible joke as well, which I'm going to save you all from. You'll be thankful to know. So it's currently Barry James Coe. So we'll read the teams out for you. So the Cleethorpes team is as follows: James McCowan in goal, then it's Sam Topless, Leon Dawson, Morgan Warsford-Gregg, Jordan Cook, Paul Walker, Harvey Tomlinson, Alex Flett, who's Cleethorpes captain, Declan Howe, Dan Gallimore, and Curtis Bateson, who was instrumental in that last move, as Goodwin just won that ball well, but it's going out for a throw into Cleethorpes. The Stocksbridge team is Ben Townsend, Jordan Lemon, Jack Tinker, Mitch Langton, Charlie Oglesby, Elliot Murray, Curtis Turner, Ross Goodwin, who's the captain today, Luke Rawson, Lewis McCastle, and Ifya Fabu. There has been no changes at the half. There is no Thomas Poole for Stocksbridge today either. He's out injured, as Murray blocks that move off, and it's going to be a throw for Cleethorpes as they look to continue where they finished off in the first half. Dawson throws it down to the byline. Bateson just trying to get himself some space. Being stopped with his right foot there, but it goes back to Flett, who gives it back to Bateson. Back to Flett. Good clip ball in, looking for the far post, but no one is there. Back with Townsend. He's there now. Townsend is going to send it long. He is looking for the lanky frame of Rawson. It's actually going to bounce over McCaskill's going to try and get on the end of it. He gets a good touch, but it's a well in from Topless there, who's going to carry that ball away from him. Tinker's trying to stop the move up, but again, he's just not got a proper touch onto it. It's back with Gallimore now, who's been forced backwards. He's on a good run, but he's going backwards with it before he clears it away to Howe, who uses his arm there to handle it. No kick given as Murray clears it away, but he's going to just go back here to McCann. Bit of a wasted one there. Surprised that we didn't see a free kick given that, actually, because I thought it may have been let off for advantage, but obviously not, as it's back with Walker as he slips it through to Warsford-Gregg now with Flett as he passes it now back to Cook. Cleethorpes liking to bring the entire team with them on these passing moves at the moment, as they'll send it along to the right wing. Being Topless heads it on for Howe, who's collected on the right hand side of the box. Howe trying to clip it over, it's gone over everyone's heads, back onto the left wing to Bateson. Bateson facing up with Lemon. He's got great success. Going to go down to the line. Lemon blocks it off. Corner kick. Cleethorpes early on into this one. So Cleethorpes, they've done really well from these corners so far in this game. And here comes another one, going to the near post, tried to be flicked on there by Bateson, but Turner's aware of it. Turner clears. If your favourite racing to try and block it off, but being attacked again, but it is going to go back to Tomlinson. Goodwin gets a tackle, and it's going to be Cleethorpes throwing, despite Ross Goodwin being a bit annoyed at that being given against him. Throw back to Wusford Greg. They touch and he pass it back now to Walker. Back to Wusford Greg on the halfway line, looking to get at the right wing, but being well cut out by Jack Tinker there, who is going to send the pass through to McCaskill, and McCaskill's got the beating of his man on the left wing. McCaskill here, looking to try and cut in, putting the ball into the box, but it's not no one in particular. The clearance is sliced though, and the Faber's trying to get hold of it, but Faber there very limply gave it away. But back to Turner, now back to McCaskill on the left-hand side. McCaskill going to clip it in with his right foot, looking for Goodwin, but well claimed and dropped by McCone. And there's a handball there from Cleethorpes, very clearly in the box, and somehow not given, and it's going to be a throw to Stocksbridge. And but that was a very clear handball there that is somehow not given, and the referee there has let Cleethorpes off. Well, maybe that's just an exchange of the look that we got sometimes in the first half in regards to some of the chances. Back with Lemon now, and he's going to cut inside. He's going to put a ball in, but headed away by Cleethorpes. Tinker's trying to stop Tomlinson getting away with it, and I think there's a bit of a high foot from Tinker, but that's not given either. Turner's going down the left-hand side. He tried to knock it off the Cleethorpes line, but it's going to be a throw-in here to Stocksbridge. Big decision from the referee, which has not gone the Steel's way on that one. Tinker taking the throw-in here, goes in, but Wusford Greg that clears it back out for another throw-in. Tinker throw down to McCaskill, who's trying to get back to Tinker, who does, and he's trying to put the ball in the box, but it's just bounced out awkwardly behind the attackers, and that's how Cleethorpes to clear it away. Only back to Oglesby, who's going to clip it back here to Goodwin, who tries to flick it onto a Fabu, but cleared away there by Leon Dawson. Murray's just tracking this one back, and he's going to knock it back, but only back to Gallimore, gets it through to the attacker for Cleethorpes, and now back with Flett, and Cleethorpes looking to break here. McCaskill's coming back to defend though as well, and Stockbridge have got solidly back into their positions here. Yeah, so with Wusford Greg. Now onto the side for Dawson, with Wusford Greg, and Cleethorpes building well again. And as it goes back to Wusford Greg, back now with Walker, who we saw him go on that fantastic run in that first half that very almost resulted in a goal. And now it's so the pressure on Stockbridge forced a long ball forward, which would have worked if we hadn't given it right back to them. It's on the right hand side now here, but well in from Turner, gets it back now to McCaskill, flicks it on. Rawson's going to get on the end of that. Rawson looking for McCaskill. McCaskill's looking to chase onto that, but it's well covered by Leon Dawson, who's overlapped really well with his central defence to clear that one out. McCaskill coming closer to being able to break on goal. It is a throwing to Steels though. Much better in this second half from the Steels so far. And it's a case of, can the Steelers now make the most of this little good passage in play that they're having at the moment to get the goal and take the lead? Because I think throws it to Turner. Turner trying to bounce the tackle, but Turner just gives the ball away there. And they tried to launch counter, but it's been covered there by Oglesby's just going to allow that to go out for a throw-in. Tinker's coming back to take the throw-in as well. Handsworth have taken a 2-goal lead against Frickley. Joe Parkins scoring the late one. Frickley struggling to adjust to life in Northern Counties this season. They even changed their manager recently. Wayne Bed going. They're looking for a new boss. Going down to Rawson, who's been manhandled. Rawson, as Cleethorpes had that one out again for another throw-in. Tinker will get another opportunity about 5 yards down the line. Throws it down short to McCaskill. McCaskill trying to cut the cutting pass over to Fabu. Fabu back to goal. Looking to turn. He's looking for an overlap. Fabu's going to try and cut inside himself. Fabu slips though at a crucial moment, and it's clear, but only back to Langton, who is having to fight for the ball. Tried to get it to Turner, but well cut out by Dawson, who's having a good game. And now he gets it to Bateson. Puts it through legs to Goodwin. He slips over. Goodwin slips over, and there's a free kick there to Cleethorpes as everyone goes to the ground. In good news for us, Lincoln have equalised against Dunstan. It's 1-1 there now. Lemon throwed it down the line, look for Rawson, gets it to feet Rawson, but his first touch is poor and it's going to be a Cleethorpes throw-in now. Thrown down here to Bateson, who's forced backwards, back to Dawson, who clips it over the top of the defence. Lemon's going to clearly head this one out back to Rawson, who takes it to feet well. Rawson gets it through the legs of the defender, but it's well covered there by Woodford Gregg. Going to go back to McCowan, who clears it out. It's only go back to a Faber, who takes a touch, tries to get to Rawson, and now it's back to Langton. Langton takes a touch, and it goes back to Murray now. Murray clips forward to Goodwin, who controls it a bit with his shoulder, and appeals for a handball, slight ones anyway. Lemon clips through to Turner. Turner getting round to Goodwin on the right wing. Goodwin's going to put a ball in, but that's a booming ball, and that's going to be slipped to the far end, side netting. There, McCaskill creeping in at the far end, and as McCowan didn't judge the flight of that ball at all well, and McCaskill almost stuck in and got the goal there. Stockton Town have taken lead against Grantham now as well. Just want to give a shout out to, as requests have been done, to the Horse and Pint, the Scottish Steels Massive. I've been told you're listening, so hope you're enjoying the match. It's still 0-0 though here at the moment. Though both teams having some good chances even in this second half. Goodwin just chests his son down and he's going to flick it onto the right hand side for Lemon to run onto. Lemon in the Cleethorpes half now. He's going to try and chip the ball back to Goodwin now, but it's just a bit ahead of him. It's going to be covered by Walker, and Walker's covering it really well. And Goodwin may have even given away a bit of a foul as appeals for it. And it's going out for a goal kick. Jordan Lemon seems very unhappy with the referee at this point. Ball going long here. McCowan clips on, headed on there. It's going to head on, and How's going to race onto that one. Oglesby, his good friend from Staveley's got enough of a touch onto it today. Howes gets a second shot at goal, but Murray blocks it. Howes getting back onto it. Goodwin, another one of people who knows him well from that area, tackles him, and it's back with Langton. Another one of How's teams. Now McCaskill, he was going to race onto it, but he was offside. He's going to leave that as well. Well, Modby mate are 1-0 up though by in their game. Not sure they're facing. Penalty kick from Anderson Nielsen as McCowan just slices that ball forward, and that's McCaskill did get a touch onto it, but Gallimore robs it off him, and he passes a man well, but well took off him there by Tinker, who's clipped forward to a Faber, who takes the touch ball, and he's going to look for Rawson on that left wing now. Rawson moves onto it well. Rawson, moving inside. He's got a few men round him, and he passes it back here to Tinker, who's going to charge down the left-hand side, puts a square ball across, blocked off, and Cleethorpes just about clear edge back with Tinker though on that left-hand side as he gets it back to McCaskill, going to be clipped into that far end. Goodwin looking, and it's just over everyone and going to go out for a goal kick. I mentioned the Horse and Pint, yes. The Steel Scottish Massive, just did it a minute ago. Frickley have got one back there in their game against Anzurf. 2-1 there now. Sheffield FC have taken the lead in their game against Ossett United as well. Nathan Moddy scoring, and Brighouse have equalised against Bridlington. Jack Boyle there. All the goals happening everywhere but here at the My Energy. As ball goes long, but Goodwin gets onto it first, clips forward, no one there, but Jordan Cook, who heads it back. Back with Goodwin though, who's doing well to control it by physicality. Back to Langton, who has to give it back to Goodwin here. Very cramped space here on the right wing on the halfway line, and Bateson's robbed it off Langton, and he's going to clip it forward here, but Tinker clears it away, and now it back to Turner. Turner loses the ball simply, but Bateson can't get it out, and now Langton just goes route one, and McCaskill might get onto this. He's onside. McCaskill left his side. He's moving inwards. He needs options, and it's a well done tackle there, but McCaskill still causing problems. McCaskill's back to goal, looking to try and get some sort of pass and get it to someone in a better position. He does get the pass here to Langton, who's going to take the shot. It's rising and wide. And just again, it's just the slight bits of luck aren't seeming going Stocksbridge's way at the moment. They can't seem to get the bounce right, the pass right. And that's why Stocksbridge aren't able to get the goals. It's only been one goal in the last 4 games for the Steels. The Steels are not exactly free scoring, have had good records of just not scoring in every game for long periods of the season. before that blanking at concert, the last time they hadn't scored was against Ossett United in October. Ball going long, but Murray gets a head onto it. It's just bounced. No one really knows where it is before Cleethorpes are able to hook it away, but they get it only back to Afebu now. Pass it back to Lemon, who's sending it long through to Rawson. Takes a touch, evades a tackle, back to Afebu now, who's going to charge at his defender. Afebu on the right-hand side, going to clip the ball across, but it's not upon. But the clearance was blocked by Rawson, but Cleethorpes still just about get the ricochets right and are able to carry it away to Gallimore now. And now they get it back here to Howe. Howe here gets well blocked off there by Goodwin, and then Langton is able to clip it down the right hand side, but it's well above anyone, and it's out for a Cleethorpes throw in. It's going to be a substitution here, and it's Jordan Lemon, the man heading off for Bailey Baker. Jordan Lemon has had a tricky time in this game against Curtis Basin, who's having a fantastic match at Cleethorpes, but it's Bailey Baker, a man who is known to Lincolnshire, having played for Spalding and Lincoln United. Spalding actually been the team that beat Cleethorpes this week in the Cup, though it was on penalty, so it might technically have it as a draw, really. So Baker comes on here, bounces it into the box here. McCaskill gets it, but McCaskill can't get his body positioning right, and he's just booted that one into the field behind the stadium here. Maybe I just needed to take a second there to realise where he was on the pitch. Worksop Town have taken a 2-goal lead against Shildon now. Hamza Ben Sharif scoring that goal as we now see McCowan clearing the ball away. Fleck's going to look to keep this in. It's actually Goodwin who does it, heads it forward. Rawson trying to battle on it, heads it on to Turner. Turner is tackled, but Baker's first touch is a clip forward. If Faber's going to race onto it, he's going to give up on that when he realised that's not going to happen. Just while it's still 1-0 to Sheffield Wednesday, I just thought it'd be interesting to know if you're a Sheffield Wednesday fan listening. Peterborough are 3-1 up on Plymouth, so by my count, Sheffield Wednesday will go top of the league today. As the ball goes long here, Baker gets a touch away to Faber. Faber turns well. Faber's going to run at the defence here. We're looking to get the ball through to Rawson, and he gets a good touch. Rawson on the right-hand side of the box. He's going to try and clip the ball in the middle, but he's too close to the goalkeeper there, and McCowan takes it well. Long Eaton have taken a 2-goal lead above Concert as well now. Alex Marshall scoring there. There's now Paul Walker is on the ball, passed it forward, and clip forward. Baker's going to get onto this though. It's a loose ball. Baker's going to clip it over the top. No, he should have clipped it over the top, but Faber wasn't really ready to do the run over the top, and it's just going to bounce out. I think it's going to actually be a throw-in, so it's not the worst thing in the world because it doesn't mean Stocks have a chance to try and pen them in that corner. Let's see if they can cause the mistake. Hallam are leading, by the way. 2-0, I believe that is. Only Fearon scoring the latest. So throwing down the line, Baker's going to head it back inwards, but Cleethorpes can only clear that way out to another throw for Stocksbridge, over much deeper. So Baker with another chance for another throw-in. Steel's definitely much better in this second half than they were in the first. Definite contrast to the last time we were here at this ground when that 10 minutes in the second half cost us the game, when we went from 1-0 down to 3-1 down, all at the very start of that. Baker just has it after Cleethorpes cleared it. Back to Tink. It's actually Lemon, actually. Lemon still has moved to the left-hand side. Tink has gone off, though. Actually, I just didn't notice that, actually, so do have to correct something there in the substitutions. I'll ask about that in a second. While it's Tinker that's gone off, very rare to see him go off. Cleethorpes are preparing a substitution as well, as it just goes to Harvey Tomlinson in the centre, pass it back to Woodford Gregg. Woodford Gregg going to try and get through, but Lemon has got it. And he's got it through to McCaskill now. McCaskill has a chance to run at his defence if he can keep this in, and he does. And he's got to face Cook in front of him. He's looking to get past. McCaskill puts the cross in, but it's a boat. No one near it there, and it's going to go out for a goal kick. But McCaskill starting to improve and really starts to have some fun against his fullback now, and here comes Cleethorpes' substitute. It's Alex Flett, the captain, who's coming off. Just trying to see who's coming on now. Just trying to see the number of the Cleethorpes who is coming on here. Just waiting for that mythical turn that we all need, commentators need for the number. Come on, about 90 more degrees, please. He ain't doing it for me. I'll see you in a second. It's number 15. It is Will Annan coming on, the central midfielder who started against the Steels back in October. As McCaskill's going to try and get into another one on this left-hand side. It's a good touch, but Walker's in there really well to knock out for a throw-in. So the throw in here on the left side that Lemon is taking. Now left side back with Lemon, who's trying to get his way through the defence, and said he's going to try and clip the ball. It's behind everyone though and head away, but only headed back to Baker here, who's going to take the pass forward to the right wing to Goodwin. Goodwin doing the pass that Afebu wanted. Afebu tries to clip it back. It's blocked by the back of Cleethorpes, but the offside flag is up and stops that move, which I was surprised by. Maybe the pass just coming a bit late there. Hamza Ben Sharif has just got another for works up there now, 3-0 up, as temperature just seems to have dropped a bit around here at the moment. I want to say hello to some of the people who are in the comments, to Sammy the Fox who's commented in there, and Steve Turner and Insutton who have all commented today on our chats here on the live stream. Long ball now here from McCowan. It's going to the left wing and can be headed back by Turner, and Goodwin gets onto it, clips it back to the left wing to McCaskill, who's looking to turn. He backheels it for Turner on the left hand side. It's good play, and it's a lofted ball here. Faber is going to fight for. Faber gets a head onto it, and McCowan makes a good save, and it's going to go out for a corner.
Go on, Stocksbridge.
Corner kick Steels. We've seen some decent corners already in this game. Can the Steels make the most of this one? And in a good result for both these teams, Lincoln United are now leading against Dunstan. Will help both teams in the playoff race. But that makes both teams more eager to take advantage of that. Turner prepares to take it. A lot of pushing and shoving in that box at the moment. Here comes the corner in, missed by everyone, headed away by Cleethorpes. It was Jordan Cook who got a head onto it. It's another corner in the same position. So back for Turner now to take another corner. 2 in a row now. Another one in a somersault position would probably do well. It's a low corner though, it's going to go right box. It's very easy to deal with, but it's going to go back to Baker, who's going to try and head back to Turner. Can Turner be the first one onto it? He does chest it, but he hasn't got control of it yet. Does now as he's turning, but challenged, and he's taken down, and it's going to be a free kick. I think a bit of a light one there where Stocksbridge have got a bit lucky, but it's a chance for Turner to whip one in with his right foot here. So Turner, lots of men more for Stocksbridge. Here comes ball in, it's a very high ball, look at that far end, but McCowan's done really well. That's a veteran goalkeeping to come out and claim that one and stop any chance of any attack. But the clearance goes right back to Baker, who's having a great game since coming on, Baker. He loses the ball there though, just as I say that, because that's, well, I think they call it the commentator's curse. It's a ball over the top though for Cleethorpes. Howe's got it on the right hand side. He just needs to find Thomason in the middle, but he's done that too close to Townsend. 68 minutes gone in this game, still 0-0. And if I'm going to put a commentator's curse on this, Stocksbridge are yet to have a 0-0 this season. Ball going long, headed away by Cleethorpes. Lemon blocks it, but it goes back to Cleethorpes, so they only get it to Murray. He's going to left over the top, and that's just giving it right back to Cleethorpes as Dawson heads it on to Tomlinson. It's a completed pass of sorts, but he's immediately tackled by Goodwin, goes out for a Cleethorpes throw. What the worry is that Cleethorpes might just build back into this game after having that chance there. Well, not even a chance, but half the opportunity. And Ball goes down the line, headed on, and then Murray clears it. Comes off a Cleethorpes man, but going more centrally. Going on, Howe heads it on, and Murray's not really alive to that, but Bateson just can't get onto it. Murray is able to clear, and it's head tennis here as Baker gets the latest header on before it's Wusford Gregg, and now Turner fights for it. It's just all in the air at the moment, more volleyball than football at the moment, and before Stocksbridge get a free kick, with Turner being shoved over there by Gallimore. So, thank you to everyone who's listening. We've got a great amount of listeners here today for our little away trip to Cleethorpes, more than we normally get when there is obviously a little chat with the Cleethorpes commentator, because they have their own as well. Al's FM, they like to call it, because they do share a nickname with our neighbours down Penistone Road. And the ball goes long here, but we head onto the wing. McCaskill trying to get onto it, but it's going to be Rawson instead. Rawson passes it back here to Lemon. Lemon's going to get down left hand side. He's charging into the box here. Lemon, great run by Lemon. Lemon puts it sideways. It's blocked, it's not in, and now it's bundled over the line. Luke Rawson with the final touch. It feels like the Steelers have taken over the stand as well. It's a scrappy one. It's a clumsy one. It's the ugliest goal that we've seen all season, but no one will care because the Steels are leading 1-0. Luke Rawson eventually bundling that one over the line. Fantastic, well, not a fantastic goal. It was it's the sort of goal you'd see on Scrappy Challenge rather than football pitch. But and now Cleethorpes prepared to make a substitution. As Wusford Gregg is coming off. Man, I thought he had to play well, but he's not been in the game. Just noticing that the fan account, Park Steels Fans, is giving this to Ross Goodwin, and so is Cleethorpes Town. So Ross is going to kill me, because the last time Ross scored on a away trip, I did not give it to him. I thought it was Luke Mangum, and I believe it may have actually been Ross Goodwin with the final touched again this time. Oh. So, I'm hoping this is kept in the highlights. Sorry, Ross. As it's Cleethorpes immediately on the attack here now with Bateson. Currently some good play on that. It goes back to Anna, to their substitution here, Venny, and it's now with Annan. Annan trying to find the pass, and he does find the pass down the right-hand side. And they're looking for it. It's been blocked off, and it is going to be, but it comes off the Cleethorpes man, and it's going to be a goal. Here. So we're going back to Ross Goodwin now as the goal scorer. He's gonna kill me. Ball goes long here from Townsend. Rawson heads onto a Faber, looking to turn his man. Faber gets a good touch, but well tackled. But that might actually be a good pass for Baker, because he's just had a burst of speed down the right. Baker, he's actually gone out to play there, but the ball across actually went onto the roof of the net anyway. Sheffield F. So some goals to tell you about while that was all happening as well. Bridlington Town have gone 3-2 up against Brighouse. Matt Broadley scoring their latest. And also Sheffield FC have extended their lead against Ossett. Rory Coleman, the former Steel, scoring there as Langton takes a try to get a touch, and he actually raced onto it quite well. He clipped it long. Rawson was looking to see if there was going to be a mistake from Walker. There isn't, but McCaskill's going to try and get the ball now, and he does well. McCaskill sort of in the centre of the area of the half now, and he's going to take the pass back to Baker. Baker has it. He's going to carry it forward here. Baker tries to slip it through, but it's been blocked in action with Goodwin. Now back to a Faberwood, but it's just going out to play for the Cranes. So it's the 73rd minute here. Steele's leading 1-0. Hill. As Cleethorpes clear. Howe heads it on, but Oglesby's going to cover, and he's going to pass it back to Townsend, who does a big boot away. Rawson's going to take that to Chesson. But now, but then he gets it now. Gets it back to Baker. Baker takes the touch and he's going to then bounce it off the substitute Venny, and it's going to be a throw into the Seals. So we just got a stoppage here. Lewis McCaskill is the one down for Stocksbridge. He's also a bit one of the Cleethorpes players who looks to be struggling a bit. McCaskill is back to his feet now without treatment. We haven't seen Sam Ewins come onto the pitch yet. Just like the attendance here today is 334. And there appears to be quite a good travelling Stocksbridge support here today, which is nice to see. At least there's quite a few in this stand with me. And on, there's a bit of head tennis down in that right-hand corner for Stocksbridge, but it's going to go out for a Cleethorpes throw-in. She has to try and pen them in that area. You can hear Charlie Oglesby shouting his orders out of the defence as thrown inwards here to Bateson. Goodwin doesn't foul him somehow. Thought that was a foul, but it isn't. Goes back to Baker. Baker's going to try forward to Goodwin. Goodwin takes the touch. Tries to get to Afebu. Afebu rolls it away to Baker, and it's a tackle in. It's going to be a Stocksbridge throw-in on this right-hand side. Grantham have equalised against Stockton from the penalty spot. Big throws it down towards to Goodwin, who loses the ball, and now Cleethorpes will build and they look to attack. Let's anyone long for how to get to him too. And it's definitely a handball there from Murray as he tried to get it away from Howe. But like the penalty, a shout earlier, the referee's not giving it. So maybe that's something the player should look into if the referee's not giving those sort of handballs. Because it's worked out for both teams now as Bateson avoids a challenge from Baker, slips it back here to Dawson. Dawson puts the ball, tries to put the ball across, Murray blocks off, it's a corner to Cleethorpes. They've been good with these so far, 75th minute. Cleethorpes looking to equalise. So a lot of players just like on the penalty, just to the right of the penalty spot. That's where they've all crowded. Here comes the run in and the ball in. Townsend gets a punch and Townsend gets a slam as well from the players. It's something I found Townsend is quite good is taking some of those hits, being brave enough to take them and then getting the foul, which is a crucial thing. And as I was just mentioning, we haven't seen Sam Ewins. Here comes Sam Ewins, and this is a worry if Ben Townsend can't continue, because there is no goalkeeper on the bench. I did actually have a talk with some of our players recently about the goalkeeping situation, because often we don't have a goalkeeper on the bench. Our reserve goalkeeper is Alex White Ingram, who we saw against Maltby Main, and I always talk, and they hadn't actually discussed it, though I have been told Jordan Lemon would fancy it, which is what you'd expect. Though Ben Townsend is back, well, he's sitting up now. Sam Ewins has just a little look. What Sam will be annoyed about is that while the camera's on him, the referee's blocking him doing his work. And Ben is back now to his feet, so any worries of that being anything else. By the way, it's 2-2 between Grimsby Town and Leyton Orient, and Grimsby have a penalty. And Leyton Orient, I believe, a lead in League 2, which is in... So Barry Townsend, who will probably just be thinking, that's a minute off the clock. Worksop Town are 4-0 up on Sheldon. Tavonga Kalea scoring there. Rawson tries to head it on, but it's only going to go back to Cleethorpes here, and they do eventually clear it away, but only for Langton to head it back into a dangerous area. Appeals from Stocksbridge for a free kick, not given, but Faber's going to get onto this poor pass, and he was looking to see if he could take a shot. He can't, so he gets it to Goodwin on the right-hand side. Goodwin's going to clip a ball across, but no one's there. McCaskill trying to race onto it, but he's a bit too short to try and head on to that one. Believing that might have been a Cleethorpes substitute actually during that. So. Ball going long, and it's gone over top of everyone to Bateson, who's going to clip the ball long for try to get Howe to chase onto it, but just going to go into the box for Townsend. He will take them all day long. Hampton takes it, sends it long. Lucky for Rawson, takes it to touch. Did really well, but he's been forced out to the left wing and he's been tackled, but he earns the foul, crucially. Sheffield FC having a great game over at Ossett. They're now 3-0 up there. Connor Cutts scoring there. And it's a goal for Sheffield United. They lead against Watford. Ryan Porteous has scored an own goal. That will get them back on footing after some recent poor results that made them doubt their promotion credentials. Turn here with his right foot. He's going to put this ball in. It's a clip ball looking for the far end. Oaksby looking to get onto it, but he passes over everyone almost in the far corner. Faber trying to get on the far post as well. It's going to be a goal kick, but it was actually much more dangerous than it first seemed. Long Eaton are also now 3-0 up as Isaiah Fearon making it free against Consett there. Ball going long. Faber blocks that off, but it's going to be a throw into Cleethorpes here on the left-hand side. But it was going to be Lee Dawson was trying to take 5 or 10 yards there. He's stopped. He does still take a couple, but that's just typical. Some nice passing from Dawson there. He gets it back, but it's going to be down the left wing. Murray's looking to cover Bateson, and Murray's looking to get the throw in our way as well, because he did get it off Bateson as well. So Steels get the ball back. We're on the 80th minute now. Steels leading 1-0 thanks to a close range shot from Ross Goodwin. Throwing down the way to Rawson, who takes a touch. He's looking to keep it in, but I think there's enough push in. There's a little shove, another after shove there from Dawson, who's then just taken another 5 yards as well. So, well, that's, I don't, can he play? As it goes cross field here to top place, he gets it caught under his feet a bit. I'm McCaskill to get in, and now Lemon's coming well, and Lemon's cleared that out for a throw-in. Cleethorpes will keep the ball on that right-hand side. Back there, it's going to be back with in the defence now with Walker. Clips it out to Dawson on the left-hand side. He's cut inside. He made Fabu slip there. As it now goes back to Annan, who's looking for that crossfield ball. Top heads it into the box. It's going to go out, and both are appealing. And the referee's taking his time for the decision. He doesn't, and eventually decides on the goal kick. He took as much. It's going to go back for Townsend for the goal kick here. North Shields are 3-0 up on Pontefract Collieries. Nathan Kidd scoring there. Townsend sending it long, but headed away by Walker. Headed on by Annan to the right-hand side as Tomlinson tries to head it on. Some good play from Cleethorpes. They're improving as we get towards the end of the game. Murray clears that one, and they clear on back. And Faber kind of just gave up on that, and maybe shouldn't have, because it's got to come back to Cleethorpes. Baker fighting for it now with Annan on this right-hand side, and he eventually passes it forward, but it's just going to trail out to play eventually to be a throw-in. Cleethorpes getting the ball back here with Venny. We pass it back now to Cook, who's looking to get it to Topless on the right-hand side. It's a good ball there, and Topless has done well to cause it danger because McCaskill's forced to kick that out of play. Throwing Cleethorpes now over on the right wing. Taken quickly by Vanna, who seems to be everywhere at the moment. To Venny, still in midfield here, being harried by Goodwin, forced to pass it back, and then they do almost beat the press, but it's well cut out there by McCaskill, and they're trying to launch the counter. Rawson's racing onto it, but it's been well covered by Walker, who passed it back to McCowan, who then clears it away. Hey, he's just currently back in midfield. Stocksbridge have it, looking to evade the tackles, but the pass forward there is a bit poor. It goes back to Cook, who's just going to send it long, charge down, blocks, and gone to McCaskill, who's trying to keep the ball, but again, Cleethorpes get it back. Clear onto Oglesby, heads it on Langton, knocks it onto Turner. Turner is robbed of the ball really well there. Some good play from Cleethorpes. He's back with Annan now in midfield. Going to look the ball through to Howe. It's a great ball to Howe. Howe's to finish. Fantastic save, Townsend. Howe still has it on the edge. Back to Bateson here. Bateson evades the tackle, takes a shot over the bar, and then Townsend, who he did make a mistake last week against Worksop, but he has made a fantastic save there from Declan Howe, both from similar parts of the world. over in that Chesterfield, Derbyshire area. Both can count Staveley as former employers, as so many people on this pitch can. But Townsend there reading Howe's movement there, making a save from the one-on-one. And it's great work from the goalkeeper. Sent long here by Townsend. Frozen having his shirt pulled a lot, but no foul given as Baker tries to head it away, and it's going to go back to Baker, who I think knocked it off the hand of one the Cleethorpes man, but not given, as played away. FA head it on, but back with Walker now, and after a triangular passing, it goes now to Cook. Cook taking a touch here, sending it on, look for the left wing, looking here for McMenemy, who has come on. McMenemy taking a touch in the box. Faber tried to tackle it, but he's just bounced up McMenemy and giving it back to him, essentially back to Dawson here on the left hand side. Dawson looking in, and he's cut off for Faber. Going to be a corner to Cleethorpes. And here we are in the 84th minute. Cleethorpes definitely in the ascendancy at the moment. And dangerously would be good value for their equaliser on the basis of the last 10 minutes of play. So we need to defend this corner. It's onto the near post. Well defended by Turner. Good first onto it, looking to be topless, but McCaskill racing back to make sure he can be. And he does, and he actually not only, as it was going to go out for a throw, and he ends up just kicking it over to the field, the other football field, over the fence, Eric for this ground. But the ball is redistributed quite quickly, so don't think there was much time wasted. Back to Topless now, who is going to throw this one right into the box. Headed on, it's still dangerous. Townsend comes, chests it, and then is going to pick this one up. With Cook advancing to try and see if he could make the most of a potential mistake. Townsend is going to send it long, looking for McCaskill, but it's over the top of him. And that's just when you don't want your distribution to be a bit better than that, because that's just giving Cleethorpes the ball right back here. And it allows them to try and carry this pressure on. Ball going down here. Yeah, McMenemy fighting for it. Langton, he goes back to Howe here. He clips it center, and it's opened up for Cleethorpes here. They slip through his Dawson here. The opportunity, clips it over. It's a poor touch from it, and it's going to bounce out and be a goal kick here. I think it was McMenemy who it was almost perfectly into his feet, but it bounces off his thigh and then goes out for a goal kick. Let off for Stocksbridge. Works up a 5-0 up on Shildon now. Alexander Starsenko scoring their latest. They will be definitely at least in the playoffs at this point. Townsend sending it long, and it looks like it could go right out, but McCaskill tried to keep it in, and instead he's done the exact same. And now again, Cleethorpes get the ball back, and they get it quickly to Howe on the right, who, despite a poor first touch, is able to charge down the right wing. He's putting a good ball in, and they're in just over! Stocksbridge living very dangerously. Again, and once again a let-off. That was a very powerful header. I don't think anyone could have stopped that had it been on target. And thankfully, it's just a goal kick. I believe it was McMenemy again, the former Lincoln City striker. Pennington Church are 2-0 up in their game. Look like they've secured a win there. Townsend kicks up. Can this one stay in play at least for a bit longer? Well, Cleethorpes heads it. Afebu is going to come and try and chase it and keep it in, and he does. Afebu having his shirt pulled, he slips over to Turner, who's going to go on the right wing here. Turner's keeping it in. It's well tackled there from Walker. It's going to be a throw-in at the corner flag for the Steels. But that sort of distribution from Townsend is much better than what we've seen here. Baker just slowly sauntering over to take the throw-in now as we enter the 88th minute. Baker throwing it downwards, it's going to go into that corner. Turner pass it to Baker, who tries to cross it in, it's blocked off. It's another throw-in here. Throw-in goes in, Faber tries to click in. I think Rolls tried to get the touch, but it is still there. It's only partially cleared. Appeals for a free kick, nothing given. Goodwin still down, injured. and with Goodwin down injured, Cleethorpes are going to try and look to counter. There's appeals for an advantage there, and then because there's a bit of pushing and shoving, Lemon got shoved down at all, and it's going to be a free kick to Cleethorpes now. It's a yellow card there for Jordan Lemon. But I think the anger is not necessarily about the initial foul. I think that's fair. It's that Lemon got shoved back down as well, and there probably should be a yellow card going the other way for the afters. But it is another opportunity for Cleethorpes. And they've been getting closer and closer with some of these opportunities, and it just, at the moment, feels like it might be a tricky one to hold on to this game. You can see Ian and Andy Ring are not very happy about that, as Annan will be the one putting this in. Liam Hughes has made it 6-0 to Worktop against Shildon. Next our 2-0 loss look a lot better at least. Ball's been clipped over to that right-hand side. It's been head back in by Cleethorpes. Headed away there by Turner, but only goes back to Annan, who's going to put it onto that right-hand side again. Lemon goes out to charge. Ball goes in, blocked, appeals for a handball. Linesman's appealing for it, and it's going to actually be a free kick, I believe, on the right-hand side. Not in the box, thankfully. That linesman is becoming Jordan Lemon's worst enemy at the moment. And this is an even more dangerous place to have a free kick, on the corner of the box. 90th minute we've entered. Haven't seen any added time board go up. 3 added minutes actually, I've just seen on the Twitter. And it just needs Stocksbridge defending to be 100% right. Here comes the ball in, headed away by Turner. Appeals for a handball again with Bates, and Bates takes a shot, blocked. It's going to bounce out for a throw into Cleethorpes. Shouting from all the coaches and managers here as they all demand everything. Langton pushed over in the box, nothing given. McCaskill's rushing onto it to trap the clearance. McCaskill loses it though, and he's going to foul his man, and it's a silly foul to give away. And it's another opportunity for Cleethorpes to put a ball into the box. I was surprised nothing was given for that Langton going down in the box though. Dawson's the one coming over to take this free kick. You just don't want it to be like that Stockton game where they had like free kick after free kick and eventually nicked it at the end because of it. Because these deliveries have been good enough to nick a goal. Here comes Dawson. It's a good looking ball to that far end. Rawson's the one who sort of knees it away, but it goes to Annan now on the right wing. Well in by McCaskill, gets a tackle in. Annan still soldier on with it, but it's going in, and it's going to be Rawson who knocks it away. Now McCaskill can run with it. Instead he's going to take the pass to Afebu. Afebu's trying to chest and run around. Afebu goes down, and he's going to earn a free kick there. Clever, canny play from Iffy Afebu to earn the free kick. That's going to relieve pressure on this Stocksbridge defence. In what is going to be such a much needed win for Stocksbridge if they're able to hold on to this one. 92nd minute now. I think Jordan Lemon's still having some words with the referee here. Cody Cormack has just been sent off for Pontefract Collieries as well. So Langton here, there's not many players forward. Langton is going to try and clip it, looking for that far end. Rawson battling, who's going to head it backwards into the goal area, but it's cleared away. I think it's back to Langton, who takes a shot, and it's in. No, I say in. I thought it was in for sure. It's just wide of the bottom corner, and now it's back for Cody, who rushes out to try and get the ball forward because it's not going to be very long till the end of this one. Ball going long here. Turner wins the header forward. No one really to race onto it. It's going to go to Dawson, who has it. He's facing his own goal. Rawson tackles him. Rawson is now in the right wing. He's going to head to the corner flag. He's in the corner flag. He's been pushed off the ball though, and it's gone out to play for a Cleethorpes throw-in, and there's a bit of pushing and shoving between the players there as Cleethorpes look to quickly get it out. We are in the 93rd minute now, according to the Cleethorpes scoreboard. Cleethorpes clear it away. Langton gets a header onto it, and back to Lemon, who heads it onto left wing. McCaskill's looking to race onto it. He does get to it. He's looking to try and get the beating of his man, but it's a well-in tackle from Topless. It's out for a throw-in. So we're waiting for that full-time whistle to go now. Back here for Lemon to take the throw-in. Lemon throwing it down the line, looking for Turner, but headed back at Cleethorpes. Turner actually got it in good position. Turner might be looking to put the ball in the box, but he just goes out, he slips a bit actually, nothing there. Turner's still fighting for it, but he's being pushed back down there. It's a penalty kick! It's because while Turner was trying to get back up, he shoved right back down, and Stocksbridge now will have the last kick of the game most likely, and a chance to finish it off from the spot. It is full time at Worksop Town. They have at least secured a place in the playoffs, and there's a bit of pushing and shoving between some of the players there. It's ended in a very tense way, this. We're now just waiting for the penalty to be taken. Turner is still down injured as well. I imagine whatever happens from this penalty kick, that is how the game is going to end. We'll see who's going to take it. If Ifebu's still on the pitch, and if Ifebu's got the ball. Did miss his last penalty in that shootout against Maltby Main. Though every time he's took one in normal play, he has scored it. Though I did say that before the Maltby one as well when he missed it, so I'm not gonna... No, I've said it now, haven't I? So if Ifebu stands over it as the referee clears the box here, most likely the last kick of the game, as Ifebu looks to put a cap on this one. Here comes Ifebu, short stuttering run up, takes, shoots, finishes it, it's full time, the Steels have won 2-0 thanks to Ifebu's penalty there at the end. The losing run is over, that little slide has finally ended. Stocksbridge did struggle in the first half, Cleethorpes missing some gilt-edged chances, but in the second half, Stocksbridge rallied, they got better, they got the goal through what ended up being a very scrappy finish from Ross Goodwin, and then finally Ifebu from the spot, securing the win. It's 2-0 here. Ifebu securing that win. Stocksbridge get all 3 points. Thank you very much for listening. We will see you all next week for the away day at Shildon, and will hopefully be another win there. Thank you very much, and goodbye.